Alright, it's a new day, we're back again, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive straight in. So, I think I mentioned last time before, I'm gonna just be trimming off this front piece here to make it go arch over the center console. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that up, yank it out, cut it up, and then give it another test fit. Alright, that was just a quick little trim. All I did was lop that off so nothing goes across the middle anymore. The reason I did that is because we're actually going to be using part of the center console as well. So as you can see with this one, it does all end right here. We need to get all the way up to here to connect that back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the, as I'm tripping over stuff, I'm going to use the end of this center console, which actually, I lined it up, goes up to right here, I believe. So I could just lop this off and I'll still get this tray. I'm gonna take off all this crappy wrap, by the way, and repaint it. But I'm gonna use that whole front part to go and just blend in with here. But let me set this on top and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean with the center console. So that's lined up right. So these holes are lined up with the part down there where they bolt in is lined up with that. And same for the other side. So if you look on this side view, this is straight on from the side. And as you can see, the center console here ends here and going straight up. It pretty much goes right through, actually does go right through the end of this little cup holder or whatever tray thingy that was on the original car. So I'm gonna pop out these buttons and go ahead and lop this off right here, and then we'll kind of see where we're at and see if we have enough that we can mesh these two together and get one full center console. So I'm actually really happy about that I'm getting to keep the little center tray as well. So let's go ahead and unwrap that first though, because I kind of want to see without the wrap. I know it's in bad condition, but we got to get it somewhere and get it all together. But we're getting pretty close and I'm getting really excited about this. So I got that all trimmed up, and here's what we're looking at. It's looking a lot better now. So if you can see, we have the old center console just flushes right into here. Trim keeps going. We have the little center cap or the center bucket, and that leads right into this other centerpiece here. So this is now, it's time to get this all painted up. Actually, not yet. Not yet. Hold your guns, Philip, because we need to find a way to blend this. I'm not sure. I know I want to do something to blend this just a little bit more, but I'm not entirely sure what to do off the top of my head. I may just leave it be. I think I'm going to go ahead and paint everything the same color black and then see where we stand, because I could always go back and repaint it again. But yeah, I'm not sure if it'll look too bad with it blended. If it's all black, I'm not sure if that's going to stand out too much, because if it's not really a big deal, then I'm going to kind of just leave it as is. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And I think I could move the seat button to right up about there. And I think that'll work. If not, then I can move it to here. Right in there in between the other two consoles is what I think I could do. So that's the plan for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull everything out. And it's time to do the fun part of cleaning and painting it. So, whew, getting close, boys, getting close. Let's go. Alright, I let all the pieces dry up, at least the touch, so it's been about 30 minutes to an hour since I last painted them, and I'm liking it. I think it looks pretty decent. So the reason I only painted the front half when you saw that was I just wanted to see how well it'd mesh. I'll get the back stuff later, maybe. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much since it's covered by the seats, but the thing we're looking at is right in here where this blends in. I mean, it's honestly not too bad. I think the thing that makes it look weird is the coin slot, but I mean, honestly, I'm not too upset with it. I think I'm going to try running with it and just see what happens. As for the top parts, I am going to try to put the cover back on. What the plan is with that is to find where I put the cover. Because I think I mentioned that, or I know I mentioned that I wanted to get that leather cover back on the sliding thing. Oh, where did I put it? Oh, found it. It's a lot harder to do with one hand than you'd think. So what I'm thinking is we have this here with the lock. I think I could just take the lock out and then leave that as an open hole for just stick your finger in to slide it back and forth and open. No reason to have a lock on it, but it's not really mechanically attached anywhere. All it is it just sits on here like that and then slides back and forth. So it's kind of hard to do with these all in separate pieces. So I think what I'm going to do next is go ahead and let's get this covered with that leather cover that we have on. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm going for. I think you guys can kind of see the idea of what the plan is for this. So let me bring you guys over to the actual console. Let's see if I can get this on there so we can get a better idea of how this looks on the center console, like I said. Alright, so that's rough, but that's kind of what I want it to look like. Is so you have just these plastic parts, and then this is just a slightly different color with the leather. And I know I'm having a bit of second thoughts about it, because the only problem that I don't like is that the seams are in the middle, but I still think it'll look better than just having the gray plastic on its own there. So let me get back to you in just one second. Alright, so I went and did some thinking and looking about at the center console. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint that gray part black. So I'm talking about this part right here. I think I'm just going to put this back on the center console case and just all set out to whoever wants it. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna get this black, and then all we have to do after that is get the rear cup holder thing back on, and then assemble it all together, and this project should be done. So as you saw, I just gave everything one more layer of paint just to make sure that it's all looking like one solid color. And I just had a couple of other things to cover up. Anyway, so we have a couple things left with that cup holders. The ones I'm talking about, the ones that I need to put back on, it's this little rear tray thing. So I'm just gonna, I have liquid cement or rubber cement, whatever it's called. The stuff that goes on the end of the lollipop usually is for pipes, but I have it for ABS plastic, which I believe this is. If not, it works generically well, so it'll hold up. But I'm gonna put that on last. But before we do that, I actually realized I do need to find a way to hook up that seat control set button. Where is it? This thing. So what we're gonna do is we should be able to hold on. So it's gonna go right there, and I think we're gonna be able to fit it into one of the cup holders or to a spot next to it. So my idea is to either stick it in the front like that, so that way it's into the front of the tray actually, or stick it through one of the other things. But either way, these wires have a good amount of leeway, so I could scoot it around wherever I want, and I could even, if I want to, just stick it right up there and have it being its own thing. I'm gonna have to get back to you on exactly what I plan to do with it. So I decided that I'm gonna put it right here, so it'll look something like that, right in that area, but set back into these couple little slots things. I think that'll do a little bit to help clean those up, or at least put something in the way there, and later we could fill in the rest of it. And also it's in a good spot where I can just reach my arm resting here, just reach down and use a finger to mess with those things. So I think that's going to be the best place to put it. This thing still smells like paint, and I started to get a bit of a headache, so I'm going to pull that out, and then we'll get a Dremel and go ahead and insert a little spot for it and get it all cleaned up and back in the car. We're getting really close, guys, really close. I'm sorry if this video is dragging on, but we're almost done. So I got everything back in, and let me show you guys what it looks like. So this is it. We got it all back in. We have that original front spot, which looks nice. It looks a little clunky having that in there, but honestly, I will take that any day as long as I get those cup holders, which is great. I could always go back and redo it with a little darker paint to maybe match that center part a little more. I'm not sure why it shows up a little darker, but hey, I'm happy with it. I have a couple holders. I still have to put that on, but no need to bore you guys doing that. I've got my center console here. I've got a little tray there. I've got a second tray. I snuck in that. Oops, let me turn the camera. As you can see right there in front of you, we have the seat controls as I mesh them into the center little cup holder here, or not cup holder, but tray. Now that I'm not going to use it as a cup holder, don't need to worry about getting water and stuff on it. And then I'll put that all back there later. But yeah, I consider that a big success. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm so glad to now have new cup holders because, wow, I needed those. And the other one was a really cool idea, and I like it, but why not have more when you can? So anyway, that's it for this one. Let me guys know what you think about it. I think it's a cool idea, but I'm always down to hear what you guys think, and if you have any suggestions on how I can improve it. So yeah, thanks guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up here. I'm sorry if this video is a little long. If it's short, then I'm not sorry. You can suck it. But that's really it. Go ahead and dislike, unsubscribe. If you hate in the comments, guys. Bye.